So what can I do during this genocide by Israel on the Palestinians or Gaza? This is a prevalent question among the public masses in the entire world, and more particularly among the Muslim world as well. So it turns out that as a simple person belonging to a public in any country, you can do a lot actually. You can create a significant impact. Every person can create a significant impact during this Israeli genocide on Gaza. I actually compiled all the ways in which a simple person, any person, can contribute to help the Palestinians, to help the Gazans. So what can I do during this genocide on Gaza, being so far away from Gaza? Follow these 7 simple steps. So number 1 is to email and contact the pro-Palestine nation governments, like especially Russia, China, and neighboring countries like Jordan, Egypt, and Lebanon, to take a military stance against Israel. I think this is very important. We have seen that diplomatic stance is not working against Netanyahu, people like these. Israel is like, as George Galloway put, is like depicting an attack dog behavior. So in order to tame an extreme mindset, you have to take this stance. Unfortunately, there have been many months, many years that this issue has not been resolved, and unfortunately we have to take a military stance as well. After a military stance is taken, and Israel has this fear in their mind that, hey, we may lose this, then they may take a diplomatic stance which is favorable for both sides. So it is very important that we email and contact the pro-Palestine nation governments to take a military stance against Israel. Everybody can do that. Secondly, email and contact the pro-Israeli nation governments like the United States of America, UK, and Germany to stop giving arms to Israel. These 3 countries are the biggest arm providers to Israel. So any person can take this initiative of approaching these people via emails or via contacts to stop sending arms to Israel. Third is that we can donate to Gaza, and the best agency who I think that you should donate to is UNRWA. UNRWA has been, I think, the best agency who has done the best job for the Palestine and Gaza. So UNRWA is number 1, World Food Program, UNFPA, UNICEF, all these organizations are doing a good job. They are also like Islamic Relief Fund. All these agencies are doing a great job, so you can donate. Donating helps in tackling the issues like starvation, which Israel is using as a weapon of war. So you can provide food to them. You can, when you donate to these agencies, what they do is not only these people pack the food, the urgent food that they need, but also distribute the food. And similarly with medical supplies as well, not only pack the medical supplies, ship it, but also distribute it. Similarly with tents. So these agencies are doing a great job, so you can donate to these agencies. Fourth is to boycott Israeli products, which is, I think this is probably the point that everybody knows about, right? Any simple person knows about, and you can just see that this is only one of the 7 things that you can do, right? This is often talked about: boycott Israeli products, boycott Israeli products. I think this has been practiced a lot. McDonald's has suffered, I think, about $7 billion, right? Starbucks has suffered like $10 billion. All these, I've also read KFC has suffered. So many pro-Israeli products have suffered heavy losses because of this. So obviously boycott Israeli products. Fifth point is, related and very important, is to promote alternate products. One cannot just boycott these products and don't give an alternative. And this depends on your country. I mean, PepsiCo products, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Nestle products, all these, search for alternatives. What alternatives do you have in your country? Promote those products, right? This is very important. This is probably even more important than the fourth point. Number 6 is to promote pro-truth or pro-Palestine mainstream media and social media channels like Al Jazeera, TRT, Middle East Eye, TYT, and many others, is to give viewership to these channels, subscribe to these channels. When you give viewership to these channels, subscribe to these channels, obviously this helps them in terms of growth, in terms of, you know, giving them a bigger voice in the long run, right? And this, I think, is already happening. We have seen the tide has changed because of social media. So one needs to keep peddling this momentum. Give viewership to these channels, especially mainstream media as well, along with social media. And lastly, boycott pro-Israel mainstream media and social media. Enough of listening to CNN, Talk TV, you know, these kind of, even Piers Morgan. I mean, all these people are, you know, all these channels are headed by pro-Israeli people. So obviously their narrative in the long run will be pro-Israeli, right? So boycott CNN, BBC, Sky News, Talk TV. These channels need to be boycotted at the moment until or unless they don't revert back to giving moderate, fair-sided news, which I don't see will happen anytime soon. So it is better that we boycott these channels so that their viewership decline, their growth declines, the money they gets declined. And I would wrap up by saying that these 7 steps are very easy to follow, right? Very easy to follow. Any person can follow it, and you can create a massive impact. And with that, Assalamu alaikum.